Do 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 do. Hello, 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 chat. We are live once again. It's 11 p.m. where I am. Pretty late. Gotta make sure I'm not too loud, but I'm excited for these VODs. So today we're gonna be looking at two students' VODs. A Yoshi player and then a DK player, and then afterwards, I'm gonna watch two top player sets. One with Callie versus one of my students. I don't know how long I'm gonna look into that, and then I'm end it off with Leaf versus a Bowser in pools, which I think gives really good insight into like the player difference and why he's so good and why he's like by far the best Robin. I'll just give you an idea of like why his gameplay is so good. So let's start off with Yoshi versus Steve. We're all excited to see some Steve gameplay. We know we love it, but but we love Yoshi a lot more. I hope everyone loves Yoshi. Make sure I am live. Make sure I'm alive. Cool, cool, cool. No one's chatting there, and no one is chatting here. Perfecto. Let's get started. Let's turn this up a little bit. Spook Rio is the Yoshi. PS2. First of all, I'm completely okay with you going PS2. There is so much stage charm, and you can run a lot better than he can. So once you get everything like run around, camp and play hella slow. And I'm not too familiar with the pool of like resources or what tool it uses, but I don't think it's the best for Steve. The only like worry is that you like die easier off the top compared to like small battlefield. But guess what? You like that. You like killing off the top too. And he's probably gonna kill you anyway. Here, so this Steve is a bit different. He didn't build a wall immediately, which is very shocking. And I'm kind of tired of Steve's building so many walls. This actually a matchup where it's okay to place some walls a bunch. For the Steve, but you go in with the snare. Okay, we reset you back to neutral. So immediately, I'm a bit concerned and a bit worried because you're constantly drifting in, and like they're at their beginning, they just drifted hella in, and watch this drift. Watch this drift. Look, you started drifting away right here. Now they didn't punish this down air, but um, I think they should have just shielded. No matter what, shield is a very good option here, and they can also fish for footstool anvil, because footstool anvil is really effective versus Yoshi. Just easy footstool Yoshi. A lot of his moves on shield just naturally put him next to his opponent. Like Robin can do footstool there, which is quite similar in terms of damage. Not in terms of knockback, but it can also combo is the other thing. But yeah, you get this down air, and now you're in an interesting situation. So he still has all of his resources, right? So how do we capitalize on getting a kill here? Well, we know that Steve's like minecart a lot. And so he's either gonna minecart here and then grab ledge. He's either gonna elytra and basically go straight, or he's gonna elytra and go down, or he's gonna naturally fall down and then go up a little bit. Now, Yoshi can actually deal with a lot of these options by doing one thing. First of all, you always have to respect the minecart. You also like to do a jump minecart. So what you do is you jump, and you can do a forward there, or you can do in there. Whatever option beats minecart the most consistent, you throw it out, and then afterwards you go low. You go low, you go off stage, you go down there underneath that lip where you grab ledge, and then you can nair. Instead, you F tilt. They actually drifted back, and then minecart, and you hard committed to low. Um, why is it he minecart into ledger? I don't understand why he did that. Poor disadvantage. That was a poor disadvantage mistake from the Steve, in my opinion. I think he played that poorly, but you committed to going low. which I don't agree with whatsoever. Because you could have gotten a big lead potentially a stock. I'm not gonna say it was like a guaranteed stock or anything. That's a bit too generous. But immediately that is something I noticed. Another full drift in. There's just a lot of drift in. Now watch your drift again. Right once you're on top of him, that's when you kind of just like stand still. Kind of standing still in the air. He isn't really punishing you on shield whatsoever. So you're getting away with a lot. But in my honest, that's another footstool anvil. Um, you also could have just hit underneath this wall of blocks. Um, like so far, I'm a bit concerned of the skill level of Steve. Okay, and then you get anviled into footstool. I don't not into footstool, into back air. I don't blame you for getting hit by that necessarily. It's not, yeah. He's starting to catch on. You're just holding W. Okay, so we've lost majority of our lead, and here is a range where I can't 100% say just camp him. I don't really like that smash whatsoever. Um, Instead you can like go for like a falling up air, and you'll hit him if he's in the air, or on the ground, and it can lead into more damage, or potentially kill if they mess up. There's just more potential in that advantage shade starter, and generally you're gonna get the same amount, if not more damage. Another full drift in. The moment I see you start drifting in, and you're not above me, as a Steve, I should go back air. And Steve, I know he's cooking, but he did not do that. Okay, I like this. He's starting to run. He's actually in an awkward position to like go for like a back air to punish you. So he's like, okay, I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna get out of this situation. I fully agree with Steve. And then he hard committed to the up smash. Another random forward smash. Okay, you're drifting in. You're all the way in. Now, there's a couple options for them. The easiest one for them to do there is up smash. They do not go for it. Get F smashed. Okay. Another entire full drift in. This one's a bit more okay. It's a bit more okay in general, but because you're always drifting in, it's a bad drift in. You land the back air. Um, a very similar, like, you're not like mixing up, you're mixing up the aerial somewhat, but you're coming pretty early to the down air. So I can like tell when you're gonna go for a down air or when you're gonna go for a back air. You haven't done any forward air mix-ups, which mix up the timing on my shield. You haven't even gone for any tomahawks yet, or like any like landing F tilts or like any landing jabs. So I feel like your shield pressure in general is very linear. And then you get anviled, which I don't even know is supposed to kill there. I feel like you might have DI'd wrong. But that's okay. It's an even game. Another full drift in. Okay. Nice. I punish you. You get an egg. Um, they cut you out for going for a leggy move. They were in an awkward spot once again to punish you, so they ran away. I think they were trying to parry at that time because they've been really struggling to punish that there. You commit to a down air. Prying can hit again. Nice. You hit them with nair, but the rail hits you. Another minecart. There, they're calling a full drift in. Like they are fully aware of your drifting habits. That F smash like fully tells me that. I already like kind of knew, but like that fully tells me. Now, the issue with that F smash is that you to stop drifting when you're directly above them, and you're already directly above them, and then you go far enough. He's too slow. It would have worked if he's like Sonic, and then you could have been like, okay, I'm gonna continue drifting, but he's too slow. That F smash basically did the same thing. He called you out for fully drifting in, and you get punished. Up tilt. You jump out of the situation, and I actually like how you went back to use the blocks as a little bit of protection. So that one, I think that might have started your tilt. Because your titles never make me fight Steve again. So I feel like there might have been some PS that goes on. And yeah, there's just the risk of throwing any like move out. Or I don't know, but technically it gets considered an item, but that happen all the time with items too. And then you SD by doing what? Um yeah, you might be able to recover with a good air dodge, but I don't think your air dodge is good enough in general. That also probably contributed to the overall tilt. What is up, Goober? I'm VOD reviewing one of my students. What are you up to, Goober? And this is game two, small battlefield. Um, this only makes sense if you really want. If they banned PS2, then PS2 is a fine stage for you. It was not the problem whatsoever. I'm okay with like change in general, but I do think PS2's overall maybe a bit better for you. Egg, they're not looking at you. Full drift in there. You commit to the low again. Um, you get punished. You're right, but you get punished for it, unfortunately. Up till they mess up their combo, and you commit to this down B again, which you've been doing a couple times, mainly in advantage state after he hits someone's shield. Full drift in. Well, you messed it up, but that's basically a full drift in. Another full drift in, and you're above them, so you went down. I like this potential fair mix-up, but you need to realize how laggy it is. It is pretty laggy. It's like frame 16 or whatever. So you need enough time to be able to basically get off a smash attack in the air. Breaking the blocks. Nice, I like that back there from the Steve. Yeah, they're getting away with some of my mic cards now. Because you're not playing very anti-mic card, you're kind of just holding W still. Why is he... I don't know why he's... It looked like he's trying to place TNT. He should have just swung at you after that advantage J. You messed up your combo. Even though it got extended. And because of that, you got punished. Nice roll read. That was a bit random. I think that was out of desperation, but it was nice. Full drifting. And you just commit to... You just did a laggy forwarder. Look, you're still on the ground. And then now you do an F tilt, but... It has lag to it. Another back air. He called you out for fully drifting in. Nice. Another full drift in. And you're just committing. You're trying to cover for like the lowest possible like recovery routes. Like you're trying to cover them doing nothing and just falling off stage. You're trying to cover them go extra low. Now respecting the hitbox on minecart when they do so. That was another full drift in. You get punished for doing so. Mm, I'm glad you drifted away from them, but like if you notice, like all of your drifts have you've been drifting as far as possible every time until you're above them, and then you stop. Um, a Steve player Um, got hit by the down B stuff. I think they were trying to respect you mixing it up on their shield, but you did not. I'm the Steve player. I'm not respecting any like potential adaptation now. That would have been a perfect F smash. I think he tried jabbing at his shield. I think he just messed it up. What's he gonna do here? Okay, yeah, he tried jabbing at his shield again. Nice up smash. You caught them mashing something. I think they mashed jab. Here, they are the Steve show backyard you because you did that fully Camille drift in again. Another mashed down B, just out of pure desperation. You did another one. You don't get punished for it, but there we go. He punished you for fully drifting in. Nice nair. And you commit to going low. Nice. Which isn't true, but like most of the time it's gonna work. It covers a lot of options. And you go off stage for some reason. There I think you clipped an up air. Nice. We accidentally landed on that platform as if going through it. Unfortunate. He tried footstooling you finally, which is what he should have been doing this whole time. And I'm glad he finally attempted it. Oh, you messed up that drift in. You just you just jumped instead of doing like to the right up. But I think that my card always works. And if not, it'd be a trade. Look, that whole time you drifted right. That whole time you drifted right. Nice up air. Another mashed down B for no reason. I have a fully drifted option. Yeah, you're just mashing down B. You're so desperate for a shield break, and they're gonna anvil you. That's why I think that's how you lose this. I think you're gonna anvil. You're gonna get anvil for doing a down B or something. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know why your title makes it sound like you're tilted. Like they didn't even hit like any like Steve specific shenanigans on you. Um, I think the biggest thing was that you're just constantly drifting in. And you're mashed so many down Bs. Um, I think when you watch higher level Yoshis, and just I know you're watching it. Anytime you watch someone, you're watching this group. But I want you to go in depth and really think about what's going on. Because there was a lack of like mix-ups on both timing and like the general options you were doing on the shield. And neutral, it was kind of your game plan was basically I'm gonna run in and I'm gonna try smack them with a falling aerial so then I can combo, or I'm gonna go for an F tilt. You're basically just fishing constantly for those combo starters. But you need to play the player. It's not like Elden Ring or like any other like single player game where like, oh, they have this flaw, I need to abuse it. I need to abuse my strength, and this strength will work every time. Now you gotta think about it. Like yes, your nair is good, your falling nair is good, your falling back air is good, your falling dare is good, but all three of those are attacks, and they have like different positionings for them and a different timing for when you start throwing it out. Um, and the Steve player, he really sucked at punishing it, but he showed he was aware of it. And he was very aware of your drift ends and kind of like just your general game plan. Unfortunately, he just isn't good at punishing it. No disrespect to the Steve, but he's just not very good at punishing things you were doing. Which is why it was so close. Um, I hope my advice helps. Like, yeah, just focus on your movement. I think movement in general will be like the biggest thing, and just like mixing up shield pressure. I don't know what motivation tells you about the cloud matchup. Um, but yeah, like I don't think you're playing the character necessarily wrong. I think these are just fundamental issues. Um, and these will get better if you focus on them. Play with these things in mind. Like play and focus on your movement. Ask yourself, Ask yourself, am I being predictable? How many times have I done this in a row? And are they punishing it? Because that's another thing. And that's why I can't criticize their shield pressure so much. And it's that they didn't really punish you a single time for you mashing aerials on their shield. They're aware of it. Um, but I don't know if you're conscious of that specific thing. But I feel like you're really not conscious or thinking about your general drift. Um, your edge guarding routes. You're just kind of, I'm gonna go low because I think they're gonna go low. And even when you are proven that they're not always gonna go low, you still went very low. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Now, let us go to DK. DK is very interesting. I like watching DK. He's a cool guy. Our student is Darkstar. Now, he outranges you. Sephiroth outranges you. But his like sword attacks are usually very committal. And once you're in, you're in. The only other awkward thing about this matchup is that it's actually really awkward to edge guard Sephiroth. Um, so yeah, I want to see what you do when he's off stage, how you handle it, how you ledge trap him, and just how you move around that sword. His game plan is to keep you out. Your game plan is to get it and then smack it. Let's see, can I turn this down? Cool. Hollow Bastion, I'm completely a-okay with this. I think it's a perfect pick. Um, if you know how to ding dong, try getting PS2. If they banned it, the stage is fine. I can't. I think as long as you avoid Kalos, I think you're generally gonna be fine. I don't think Kalos would be that good for you. Way too aggressive. Yeah, that's a perfect way to summarize it. Just way too aggressive. I actually like this a lot. I think just going, hey, I'm gonna charge Monkey Punch and see what they do. I think that's a perfect reaction, and I think you reacted. Let's see. I need some audio. Let's see. You reacted to something and you immediately like went hell no. Yeah, you saw this move and you went hell no. The moment your brain registered, you went hell no, which is a completely fair and valid reaction, especially for the start of a set. You're going hell no. See, it's fight or flight, and you chose flight, which I do not blame you whatsoever. So the first thing I want to say is when you're shielding, I want you to face away from the Sephiroth. And here's the reason why. Your outer shield options in front of you are actually really bad. They are very bad. While if you're facing away from them, you can get back air, and that is a lot faster and a very stupid move. And if you're like, oh, but what about grab? Just turn around grab. You can turn around grab. Turnaround grab is a very good thing. And if you don't know how to do it as DK, I highly recommend learning it. If you watch Shunking Kong play, he's like a very patient DK. He will have he'll face the opposite direction when shielding. And then you'll go for those turnaround grabs. I think your move auto canceled there. I think you went for a down air. Okay, so you come in your jump, and then you swung down here. Um, they don't really have any incentive to jump directly here. I don't know, that was a misinput. but you're way more worried about them being directly underneath you. And then another, you immediately land and try smacking again, and they drift back. So they have the stage control. They have a slight percent lead. See how you handle this. So after the side B, you have some agency. You have some move to room, some room to move. They whiffed, so like it's not much in that. And then you hold W, and okay, so you went from holding W on the ground to holding W in the air, and earlier you did a very similar thing. So far I'm watching your aggressivity, just how patient you are. That's something I want to keep in mind. Yeah, they touched your shield, and then you pushed. Now, out of this up B, this is a ledge regrab. They are not invincible whatsoever. So instead of dashing back, I want you to shield that and then try two framing them. Not even two framing them, like just throw an F tilt. And here's another thing. If they regrab ledge, there is a gamma tech where you stand in between roll distance and neutral get up and get up attack, and any multi hit will cover any option instead of them waiting. So I'm okay with you not committing to this, but I want to give you an idea. If you up B in between the roll distance and neutral get up and get up attack, it will cover every single option, including jump. By the way, including jump. You have to be a little bit more towards the neutral get up side compared to the roll side, but up B can cover everything. Except also like drop down into like up air or whatever. But it's just a cool concept to keep in mind. Not many people talk about it. It will not work with down B. I'm also not a fan of you being on this platform. Platform camping isn't really effective versus Sephiroth. It's more effective versus like me Gunner because he just has a hard time versus shields. Him being below you doesn't really mean much. While for Sephiroth, Nair is pretty easy to throw out, and there's a lot of shield mix-ups he can do in this position. Instead, he goes, "Hey, I just touched a shield. He's been letting go of shield every time, or she. I don't know your pronouns. Oh, it says she, her. My bad. I'll go by she, her from now on." So, he's going, okay, she is letting go of shield every time. And she likes being aggressive after she lets go of shield. Now, I don't know how she's going to be aggressive, but I know in some way she's going to hold W, so this was a fantastic and very safe order from the Sephiroth. And here, you're immediately on the moment I see the shift, I'm like, okay, she is going on the aggressive again. Now, what do I do here? As Sephiroth, I'm looking for an up air, and I want to end that up air as fast as possible. So I want to do a falling up air, and then afterwards I can mash jab to cover an air dodge or grab. Instead, you land on this platform. I think you landing on this platform makes perfect sense. Up air would have covered you going towards here. It would have been awkward to punish an air dodge, but up air would have covered everything. Instead, they react to it a bit late, and they go, "Oh, they're there. I'm in there." Let go shield. Yeah, you drift before, and you. I like the shield. You're facing away from the amazing shield. Roll in. So first of all, I think you're being very too aggressive. You need to take your time. Like, do not be afraid to be patient. Um, you have like 7 minutes on the clock. You don't need to hold W the whole time. And Sephiroth is really good at keeping people out. There is a specific tech that's really effective for Sephiroth and makes Sephiroth's day as any with like you fighting any Sephiroth with any character. Just dash dancing is such a help for them, especially as DK. You're actually kind of fast, and their tilts are very committal. Like everything about them is pretty committal. So if they F tilt and you just dash dance out of their range, you can dash in and do a dash attack, or you can dash in and do a grab. there's like a lot of 50-50s you put on that Sephiroth does not appreciate. The majority of the time, you're going to gain some stage control. No matter what, you're probably going to gain some stage control. Unless they somehow reversal you. Random up smash. So I see the shield. The moment I see this, I know they're not going to turtle. I know you are not going to turtle. So as this Sephiroth, I want to see a F tilt or a short hop forwarder. I think short hop forwarder is the best option. Won't do that much shield damage, but you cover them. You cover Dark Star jumping. Back air also does the exact same thing. It's actually a better option than what I said. Now you commit your jump. This is actually really scary, and I'm gonna keep this in mind. Your back air will not beat out anything they throw out, unless they drift in too close. And this Sephiroth has been really good at spacing. We've actually been like only spacing you out this entire time, so I don't think it makes that much sense to throw it out. I think this back air comes out of desperation. You're desperate. Let's see, let me make sure I'm not missing anyone shedding. Perfect. Ooh, and that's a. How did they find this down there? And yeah, I think if you shield that, I don't know how safe it is on shield. Probably not too safe, but like, sure. I think it's a pretty good risk reward, especially once you see them with that. I was actually really worried for the Sephiroth rolling out there because he's been so aggressive. I'm actually kind of shocked you didn't hold W there to cover roll away. Now you're taking your time. You're getting your big punch up because they're about to be in big punch range. If they're in the corner, they can't buy it. They probably die. I don't know about center stage. What the hell? Dark Star, you might be a genius. You might be a genius. I can't say for sure, but if that was intentional, that was fucking brilliant. Now you actually have. I think they outplayed you from most neutral, but he was honestly panicking a bit once he got that big punch, and you're showing more patience in general. I'm okay with the shield. Me and hard commit to it in order to actually shield break, so you have full shield. So I think that shield's actually perfectly fine. I just wish you were facing the opposite direction. Let's also kick say at iframes, so it's not like you can back air them for it. Okay, you do not commit your jump. That is good. Now you do a very standard uppy. Another thing you can do is you can jump away and then drift in more horizontally. Like you'll spend more time going horizontally, and basically just messes up potential uh downer. So this is like a very classic like jump uppy that a lot of Sephiroths are prepared for, but a lot of them feel uncomfortable going for like that dare attempt, especially because like the hands might hit them. If you go more horizontal, you have potential to like go past ledge and actually hit them, which makes it pretty awkward. So that's like a potential mix up you can do. Very aggressive. I'm okay with you taking center, but I do hope you hold it. I really wish you didn't give us so much center stage. Yeah, like you're there just kind of throwing stuff at you, willy nilly. Very good spacing from them. I want to look. I want to watch this back. Yeah, like the car with dash attack, and they go, well, that move didn't cover the ground. I'm gonna go in the air and back air, and then they went off stage, which is a no-no. Like you can't go off stage for DK, but in that position, no. They're probably gonna die here. I don't know how. but in my gut, something tells me that they're gonna die. Oh nope, you want to pass? You want to pass ledge? Here, you just want to take stage control. They even just doing neutral bees, or they have so much control. Like last time they did the exact same thing. You're aggressive again. I wish here you replace that dash attack with dash dancing, and to set dash attack or maybe a grab. It's just way more consistent and makes Sephiroth have to think more. It still worked in this situation, but I think you need to be aware of that. Like dash dancing is so good. It's like the only reason my GSP is so high with Robin. Because dash dancing just messes with everyone. It's so good. Nice grab attempt and upper. You get hit by this upper? You jumped in the air. Yeah, there's been a lot of jumping in the air. Um, Not enough for me to say, hey, stop it. But it's something I am concerned about. And one thing I've noticed so far is just you're very aggressive. You're overly aggressive. And the only thing that really makes you patient is the fact that you have to charge up punch. Yeah, shield. I'm gonna say the same thing. Uh, Face away from them. Though if you did shield this, you would be able to grab them. But like still turn around, grab if you face the other way. I feel like you're also doing a lot of F tilt, which like is a nice poke, but they haven't really hit. If if you react to a spot dodge like that, just jab, just throw a jab. Because by the time, because your reaction time, I don't like want to be mean or anything, but your reaction time in general has not been the best. Um, and that's okay. You don't need like a crazy good reaction time or whatever. But especially with your reaction time, I'd consider just going for jab if you see a spot dodge. I don't know if it's because like Sephiroth is like deceptively fast, like it ends quickly, but it feels like you've been kind of slow at trying to punish it. Let's see, what you shield beforehand? Yeah, you did a shield drop down to it's also gonna be pretty slow. That might be why. While jabbing, you still go through like the shield drop stuff, but but it's the fastest thing out of shield that doesn't like bypass the shield drop. The shield drop is like 11 frames in ultimate. Nice back air. Oh, you live? Okay, good, good, good. Get countered. I somehow forgot about this move. You know how I was talking about like drifting back and going more horizontal? Yeah, fucking ignore that. I forgot he had the counter. Let's go back to here. Okay, so you get grabs for going for a nair. Understandable. Oh, you got caught. Yeah, you got caught jumping. Um, yeah, just being able to save that resource would have been really nice. Like you died in here, which means you live. So what being in this position with a jump would have been way better. I don't think you can air dodge out of that, unfortunately, because your air dodge is poo poo water. Counter, counter, counter. Unfortunate. I was like, hoping you would make that. I don't blame him for not making it. I just thought you'd be able to grab ledge. But it's a little bit too far. That's quite unfortunate. But it would have been a lot easier avoiding that had you saved your jump. And you're caught jumping in disadvantage. And that's not the first time they've killed you for doing that. And it's just game one. Here you jump off the platform. And now you commit to your double jump. If they hit you here with like a nair, and they did like nair nair into like 40 or whatever, like basic Sephiroth combo stuff, it'd be a bit scary. You land, fortunately. You get called out for being aggressive again. Jump away. I like this. I like that jump away a lot. Punish again for being too aggressive. Your dash attack whiffs again. Tweak made an amazing tweet a few months back, which is if your main game plan is like dash attack or like dash grab, your character is not that good because it's just so hard to hit on top players. And like I think it's not 100% right, but I think your game plan is like a bunch of very committal stuff and very linear stuff. And like your game plan can be like dashing and a grab. Like you're playing a grappler, that's fine. But you mix up your movement. And currently you've like only held W, way too aggressive. Same thing with Yoshi, except you're like you're mixing up your drift if you're in the air sometimes. Now with like the hop ends with like Nair. But off stage and stuff, you're mixing up way more. And when you do mix it up, it's less linear. At least I haven't noticed it. So that's something I've been particularly watching out for. There's only so much I can watch out for. But like that specific thing, my brain hasn't gone, ooh, she gotta stop doing that. Oh wait, they swapped the pronouns. No, no, no. I was I was right, and then they made me be wrong, and now I have to start being right again. Okay, so okay, I have to get back. Okay, okay, that's like one of the few times where you didn't hold W. I don't know. That's because you're just like noticing it more or whatever. But oh, and you get shield broken. Unfortunate. Yeah, you need to stop holding W. Holding W is bad. Be patient. Be very patient. If it doesn't change in the next game, see what's the set record for this? That changes how much I'm gonna like launch of this. You hold 3 stocks forever. What the fuck? Okay, DK wins game 2. Okay, MSF Rock wins game 3. Okay, let's look at the start of game 2. Let's see if you win. And then I'm gonna watch like the first stock of this, see if anything changes. And if not, I'll skip to like the last stock. Okay, you're instantly being way less aggressive. That's probably why you win this game. You commit your jump, full drift, yeah, the full drift in there. Ooh, I like that mix up. That was a really good mix up. You We need to stop committing these jumps. Jumps are a finite resource. Okay, you didn't jump that time. Okay. It's not like set in stone. Ooh, I like that patience with that like cliff punch earlier. He didn't. I really liked that. You weren't rewarded for it, unfortunately, but I really liked that. Ooh, that catches you. Another jump, full drift in there, and then full drift back. Oh, didn't get much from that, but you got caught without a double jump again, and we're a good player that will genuinely get you killed. Another jump, and you commit your double jump. If you get hit by up air in this position, which you barely miss, you barely avoid it. If you get hit by up air in this situation, you just generally lose your stock. Like you can live, but like I'm playing rest in peace in chat even before the stock goes away. You know. and then you commit to jump again. No, and you do a full drift in. Also, it really seems like you and Spook Ryu have like the same issue. Um, but you show signs of like going off of that. I think the big reason why is just because of your character. Because you're forced to stand still while you're charging Monkey Punch or like be in the air and not like really be able to like throw out stuff. I think it really forces you to like realize I need to stop holding W for a little bit, or like it just like naturally forces you to stop. So it like kind of mixes up Joy-Con Jesus, in a way I don't think most people would think about. But you have generally the very same issues, being very aggressive and drift, like you're fully committing to these drifts, and you're just jumping a lot in disadvantage, like a lot. Yeah, you drift full jump drift in. If you want to drift in with anything like that, call for back air. Like back air should like be your default approach aerial, and then you commit another double jump. If it's up air here, you are screwed. Yeah, also, you've kind of just defaulted to the same thing. You do win this game, so I'm gonna skip a bit. Let's see, skip it here. Okay, you got a bit lucky there. And yeah, he needs to stop jumping. Please stop jumping. Please stop jumping. I like you gotta. Okay, so Joy-Con Jesus is the biggest panicker in the world. They panic so much. Yeah, they just look at this gameplay. That's the reason you take this game. They're fucking nervous. Look, look, they were just constantly mashing shit. They're just mashing shit now. They're desperate. Bot, stop dying on me. Like they're losing their patience. And they're just like throwing stuff out that doesn't even make sense. Like why throw that forward air, you know? Why go for that up B? Like yeah, they're misinputting, they're sweating, and they're nervous. So they're probably not being so conscious about the fact you're not really mixing up yourself. Like here, yeah, you shield, and then you grab, and then throw them off stage, and then you cover jump. You cover jump. You do a back air, that'll cover like neutral get up and them jumping with like a short hop back air. Instead, despite you showing you've jumped every time from ledge, they they don't cover like the common panic option of roll, and they don't cover jump, which is like being like your default. And then they get grabbed, and then they commit their jump, and then they do panic spot dodges, and then do a side B that does not respect the thing you've been spamming the entire time. And then they do a desperate down air, which doesn't really do much. Yeah, and then they put themselves in the corner. Yeah, they're just scared. They're just scared. Yeah, let's see that how they win then. They are so scared that I'm genuinely curious how they win. So this is the same like situation where they kind of just own you. I see a jump. You don't get punished for that. Okay, so you're mixing in your just a bit more. Yeah, you're a lot more schmicks. I like these backers. Ooh, unfortunate that shield poked. We go for that down B mix up again. For the Sephiroth, probably not gonna send this fight to Sephiroth because like why do you want to help them out? But I want to see bits of patience from you. Uh, like stand still for like just a millisecond because that will mix up so much. It's like no matter what, you're probably gonna be anti-grounding with F tilt. Like your common one is gonna be forward air or like up air, like you would do a IR up air. Robin also does that. It's pretty good. Sephiroth isn't as good, but it's a nice mix-up. But yeah, basically you're trying your main game plan versus like better players is try to make sure you don't get parried. Because if you get parried, they get in for free. So like doing like mini weights is really good. It's probably like a couple frames. And just staying still in general, especially if they're like out of your zone, it's like neutral. It gives you there's more time to breathe, and you get to think about what's going on their screen. Oop, they like a shield. Swing, swing, panic spot dodge, even though I'm in advantage state. Ooh, I like that dash in from them. Hello, Dark Decent. How are you doing? F tilt, you go for a down special. Yeah, that's generally not gonna hit them. Like if they go for like a jump forward, it might, but like you cover one option of like five. I'm good. How are you? I am pretty good. I'm vibe reviewing my students. So I'm a happy guy. Nice grab. I don't know if they're at Ding Dong percent or whatever, but maybe look into Ding Dongs. Yeah, this y'all are both starting nervous. He really does not want to lose this game. But yeah, he's just throwing stuff out. He's just throwing generally good stuff out. Okay, let's see how he doesn't. You commit to this jump. The moment you commit to that jump, he can just follow you on the ground, so you in the air, and then you can throw out an up air, and then you can front jump like a jab or whatever, or like a nair. Instead he doesn't follow you on the ground. Instead he commits to this jump. He commits to the jump first, which is bad, because jumps are more committal than running on the ground. And he does not respect you just running in like you've been doing every time. Not every time, but like you get what I mean. Majority of the time. And they miss his counter. And they do a desperate burst option out of the corner. Nice back air. You covered the roll, but you're a bit late. Yeah, they're just throwing stuff out. They're trying to make sure you don't jump in. It's just like their main plan. They don't want you jumping in right now. If they get that check, they don't die. But if they get grabbed or like nared into like down tilt or whatever, they will. I'm shocked they didn't spot dodge because they've been spot dodging a lot in that situation. Oh, you put yourself in the corner. That's unfortunate. Yeah, inner shield slow. Um. Oh, yeah. That's probably what gets you. It's such a close game for no reason. They're so scared. Yeah, they're just throwing stuff out so much. Yeah, you're just very aggressive, and you start mixing up your dirt a bit more, but you're still super duper aggressive. And you gotta calm down. Gotta calm down. I think your reads with your aggressivity were good. Like the moment he started panicking by how aggressive you were doing well. Oh yeah, that's like the main reason you took a game and you're doing so well. Whenever he's calm, he's just honestly like kicking your butt. But he's a panicker. He sweats. That's one of the plus sides about heavies. In his head, his ass is worried about losing this set, even though he was up 3 stocks to 1 at one point. And that is hello, hello, hello. Perfection. My headphones died at the exact same moment I had to use the bathroom, so it's perfect timing. But yeah, honestly, I think the main reason you did so well was just because the Sephiroth was panicking. I don't think it was necessarily because of your gameplay. They just stopped being able to punish it because they're just mashing so much. Let's see. Let me turn off my fan first, real quick, before we go to the next VOD. Let's see. Next VOD will be this is one we'll save for last. This is my student Orange 120 versus Cowie, a top 5 Zero Suit Samus in the world. Let me change. See. A VOD reviewing students. Perfect. Okay. We get watch more Steve, and then we get watch Jigglypuff. I'm gonna get watch on this small screen first. So this matchup can be pretty awkward for Steve, especially if Zero gets the lead. But I think Zero has to play so anti-minecart that it might be like evenish. I think placing down a wall is probably the best thing, but you got out of that zone there. You have to always respect Zero immediately. Um, there's really no point of throwing out that minecart. But just mining, getting those resources, that's pretty good. We got a nice combo going. They try pushing their advantage shape. Boom, boom. You got rolled in, and you're able to punish them. You probably could have gotten more damage for just going for like the basic upper stuff into bear or fair, but that's fine. You want to place higher walls in this, so versus Zero Suit, you want this block to at least be too high. You want to be too high so it blocks Zero. So Zero slightly less than. I believe it blocks Zero. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But that's my reasoning for 2 block walls. Being like the default, this here is pretty annoying and very safe. Ooh. I think that can break my cart and like hit you through it. But it's very committal. Just like a hard read. I think that just kind of shows that they don't respect you. And they think they're a basic ass. They reset neutral, is there, you're out of the range, and then you try rolling in again, and they're prepared for that. Because they ate so much damage for that. Now you show that you're willing to do that, and now they have to respect it. And once again, they're calling you out on it because you're not a top player, so they're not expecting mix-ups all the time. Another minecart from the corner doesn't really do that much. The moment you hit that bear, I want you to just place walls down. Oh, your tools are broken. That's unfortunate. But you get a bead. And you have diamond, so now you're trying to get this diamond off. And Zero can really struggle breaking the crafting table. Nice. Okay, so they didn't go for Sarah, so I think that means it blocks you block it. I keep hitting that button. Another minecart. That one's a bit more okay because you're trying to get out of the way. Honestly, it's gonna be pretty tough to win. And they start camping. Now I don't know why they're getting so close to you. Like for the Cirrus's perspective here, now they should always be respecting like the burst options and like full drift and back air, like a preemptive full drift and back airs. Like the only move Kelly should really be throwing out unless they're confident is there. Ooh, yeah, because like there's no reason to approach. You have such a big lead, and Steve can't move around. Um, this like I think Steve's so cool. That's honestly the biggest reason I would never play Steve, because he just loses to camping. Um, and there's so many times I see people have a lead and they don't abuse it. They just don't abuse it. It makes me sad. Okay, it still says I'm live. Uh, all YouTube says I stopped being live like an hour ago. Okay, cool. I'm still live. Oh yeah, that's like the biggest reason I won't be a Steve player. Because I am willing to camp. I make children cry. I have gotten on my phone in a Steve set. Fun fact. And then I share Death from the Gyro. And I almost lost that game, but let's ignore that. Nice minecart. It worked out, but like, look, they should not be in this space in the first place. It was a good punish, but they shouldn't be in the first place. Yep, you placed on that wall. Now here, okay, yeah. Here gets blocked. So now there's a couple of things you're gonna do. They're either gonna jump over this, they're either gonna flip kick over this, they're gonna continue breaking the wall, or they're gonna like do some patient shit. Now they have shown that they are very aggressive and they love going in. So now you're like, okay, I'm gonna ignore them, just like not approaching whatsoever. Especially because like with this, it's pretty much even now. They want to get in, just based on like your personality and the situation of the game. So you're like, okay, do they want to play it slow by breaking this with nairs, or do they want to go over this? Last time they had a much bigger lead and then they went for the nair stuff. They weren't necessarily punished for it, but you know you're fighting a good player who's willing to make shit up. So genuinely, another nair, they'll like break the block so they can't like punish you directly for going for this back air if they do the nair stuff. So just do a double jump back air, and you do a short hop back air, which like basically yeah you had a very similar idea. And I'm very glad you're on similar. That is a higher level of thinking. You're respecting them being a high level player. Now they kind of just defaulted to that. So in that scenario, if you can't be like directly like hard punished for the jump, then or not the jump, but just calling out their nair, like going for like a F smash or whatever, thing, or like a grab, then go for it. Nice backer. So now you have a lead. So now I want you to really camp. Where's that wall interaction? Now this wall in particular is kind of awkward because they could have jumped a little bit higher and like slid through this. They actually could have crawled through that, I believe, and that would have been really weird. It wouldn't be good, but here now because of this awkward position, you know that underneath in this area they cannot jump over, but because it's not like that long, you cannot react to them going from like underneath a block to the outside of the block unless they like do it by walking or whatever. You get what I mean. It's actually a really awkward situation for you because you're also in the corner. Now, optimal solution, you plank. If you don't know how to plank, it's a bit awkward. Um, do not place a wall here. You're gonna force yourself more in the corner. It's gonna be even more awkward, and then you have to respect like set B. So here, I won't even mind either. I just watch them, and you watch it, and then you commit to a dash attack. You don't get punished for it. You're not more out of the corner. That you weren't really throwing out burst options, so I think it's good. But I wasn't. I didn't have dash attack in my head. I just had waiting and like walking in. But I guess it's more of like a Robin thing. Because I forget Steve is faster than Robin, even though Steve is like the character with like the mobility problem. Nice dash in. Yeah, he's this Callie's very aggressive. So for most characters, I learned this from watching Mars earlier today. Uh Suit really sucks at actually juggling with the up air. So most time how Suit sandwiches like punish you for being in the air, instead of like going for juggles with up air, they'll try going to the side of you and going for back air. Especially because they have a really good jump, and they have like jump mixes like flip kick or whatever. Their default is not up air, it's back air. So instead of worrying so much about them hitting you from up, because even if they hit you with the up air, you're taking like what 8%. You're not dying anytime soon. You gotta respect the back air instead. The default should be the back air in that situation. It's very weird. It's very serious scene specific, but I think you should know that. Ooh, you know, this is actually a really bad spot to. I think you should have gone a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, so you can cover both, like two options instead of the one. Well, technically three, because you cover them not doing anything, them teching it in place, and then them rolling in. You get the idea. Being directly underneath it's not the greatest. And then here, they're very aggressive. Your default option in this matchup should be shielding. Um, if you watch Just Blue, he plays very parry heavy. And I think that's like a very good default versus Steve until they show they're willing to commit to those laggy grabs. Unfortunate, you missed that backer. But yeah, it didn't. Oh, I think that was that bad DI. I'm not sure. Now you outframe data him. So you can like do a lot more like up tilts, but internally the gameplay is kind of stay the same. You're trying to get diamond, you're trying to get your strong ship, and you want to force wall to wall interactions. This guy is very aggressive, so he's not gonna camp you. If he camps you, you get diamond, and then he gets worried. Like this, you know, just from this, that at least for the rest of the game, they're probably not gonna try camping you, because they will have tried it earlier. That was some really nice like upper mix-ups. I also really like how they're mixing up what they do when they land. Like sometimes they're throwing shit out, sometimes they're not. Like in that situation, they just stood still, and then they did like a rising aerial. Nice grab. Ooh, the freight. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, they're mixing so hard. Yeah, your default panic option on the ground should be shielding versus hero suit, not like spot dodge or whatever. Spot dodge is for like better for like caught back or whatever. You're not really worried about the damage. You're worried about the big at hits. Um, yeah, they're like they did very well on their advantage state in the air. I can't like really criticize for anything specific in that situation. Like in those last couple. Um, but I think we need camp harder, unironically. Let's see. Ulysses game. I really want to focus on the leaf set, and I don't want to be like exhausted when I do review it. Yo, Shiro, what's up, Sensei? Uh, I'm just VOD reviewing some students. Oh, I need VOD review yours. I forgot yours because yours on Twitch. After the leave set of VOD review years. That's my bad. I forgot about that. Let's see. Let's go game two. So I want to see you shield more. Um, shield more and camp more. Place more walls. This FOD's frying itself. What is this? Nice wall. Thanks a bunch. No worries. I mean, I don't know. I might give you some dog shit advice. You can't say thank you yet. You haven't done it yet. I'm gonna give you some wise words from a guy with ADHD. If you thank someone, for doing somewhat, or no, if you thank someone who has ADHD for doing something they haven't done yet, keep your thanks because there's like a 90% chance I forget. 90% chance I forget. My brain already mushed. Even whenever I'm not tired, my brain does not exist. I'm leveling these shields. You're shielding way more. Here, all this time, you place a wall. You place a wall. Yeah, I think you're scrapping way too much. Nice parry. Yeah, look, if you play more defensive and then play more parry heavy, the moment you punish anything, you get so much damage. And that's like a very unoptimized like advantage state. And look how much damage you got. Nice wall. And now you mine. And they broke the snare block, so it's like, okay, do they snipe me or do they jump over it? Interesting. I'll keep that in mind for the future. The ADHD thing. If so, no worries, bro. I got you. And I'm glad. I'm glad. I am glad you're keeping that in mind. I keep stuttering because I want to talk about this while talking to you at the same time, but I only have one mouth. Did they F-tilt that block? That actually makes a lot of sense if you commit to something. But you place down another wall, so I think that's really good. Ooh, but the side B hits you, and you accidentally get back in it. Yeah, they're being way more patient now. Like they're still like holding W, but they're doing it very patiently, and they're mixing up a lot on it. And like that's where like Zero Suit thrives. That's like a really big downside of this matchup because they're kind of like allowed to do that. Out of iron. See, I wish I could mash up air 6 times in the air, but then I'd lose 7 swords. That these empty hops, they're all baiting potential as airs, or like I might be like, ooh, I'm worried about like a tomahawk jab, and then they like finally do it. They do it down here and do some decent damage to the crafting table. Um, there might be for another reason. I might have missed something mid pause. Yeah, they're mixing very well. Unfortunate. So because of how schmixy they're playing, I'd be more willing to throw out burst options if I'm like in the zone and capable and like if I'm close enough to. And also just accepting that it's gonna be a weird as fuck RPS. I think generally keeping that in mind is good. Because like this is smart player. This is where Zero Suit Famous thrives. There's gonna be a lot of rock paper scissoring. I probably shouldn't say scissoring, but you guys get what I mean. Woo! Oh, they messed it up. You could have just died there. And I think you should there's just sound like a four there. That only covers like the like running and grounded. And see the difference is crazy. Because you're not throwing out that many burst options, they're just like mixing up so hard. And they feel so comfortable doing it. Like I know my brain's probably missing something. Like I'm seeing a higher level of intelligence right now. But I think like the biggest thing is like a lack of like throwing out those burst options, or, like swinging in general, and like whenever you are in that zone, like you swung there, but like that part's like very predictable. I go out of minecart. What else am I supposed to do? Especially because like especially in disadvantage recently, you've been pressing a lot less of like a different defensive options, and you kind of showed your master whenever you're bored. You did like 6 up airs. Like there's no reason to, even though you're not like directly punished for it. That's probably I don't know that specifically is why, but that's like some things to keep in mind. And they're playing very anti minecart because that's the only thing they have to like really respect now. And then you commit to the up smash. Yeah, that was so good from them. They're just mixing a lot. They're clicking different options every time, and I think you're trying to read a book when in reality, Callie right now is at the casino. He's at the casino. I think the swap at this moment is perfect, but I think internally you're gonna have the same issues. Yeah, a schmix. Schmicks. Schmicks. I see they're just doing some Ram shit every time. Ram, generally good shit. And like they delayed it there. I know there's an accident, but the Studio Cinema sucks. Let me check the other chat. Uppy kills. Yeah, like even just look at that. They did so many different things compared to last time. There's 4 different mix-ups right there. 4 things that you generally do not see. Like that there was fucking random as shit. Like all of that was random. I don't know if I recommend this to you, but if you feel uncomfortable with like the randomness or like want to understand it a bit better, watch the Mars video of Sparkle versus Icon and how he talks about like Icon versus Sparkle in terms of like Reeves shield getting pressured with like back air and stuff. I think Mars explains layers really well, and those layers are just like being applied to neutral in terms of like the randomness. There's a lot of rock paper scissors going on in terms of movement mix-ups and like when they click a move and what that move is. While you're just like doing the default, generally good stuff. And you go, hey, they hit my shield, I'm gonna swing. Hey, they hit my shield, I'm gonna swing. Oh, I fell down. They're near me, I swing. Oop, they're near me, I swing. It's just a lot of swinging. That's another mix-up. There's just so many mix-ups going on right now. So he must have improved since I fought him. I don't know if this is offline or online. I think it might be offline. I remember fighting him online. He was playing way less schmixy. I think he might be confused by some things. Nice nair. Nice. That was good. By the neutral is where seriously Samus dominates. I think you need to accept the fact that you can't force him to not play this way with any of your characters. Um and accepting that it's just gonna be complicated RPS, but also accept the fact that the schmix-ups are usually like delays or like drift backs or like weird drift forwards. So like parrying, you don't really have to worry about so much. You don't really need parry fish. It's just like more willingness to swing in neutral in situations where you generally feel like you should not swing, and like don't be afraid to turtle so much because they're not gonna like swing on your shield immediately. Just like stuff like that. It's really hard for like me go in depth on this because it's not like you're making like a mistake over and over again. It just feels like you're confused by the randomness of his neutral, and your character's not made to like force him to not play such a mixy neutral. Like all of his options are good against you. Like he's not afraid to like touch your shield versus any other characters. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, but like anytime he touches your shield, you kind of swing. Don't be afraid of turtle. Do not be afraid of turtle. I think that's probably like the biggest part of this. Is they can either swing immediately, or they can like play schmixy delay their option, like with like a jump down there or a non-fast fall jump into like forward air. Shielding is really good. Not being afraid of shield, or turtle up is very good. Like my local serious CMS, he doesn't go tournaments that much. But he used to kick my ass in friendlies. Like every time I fought, and then I finally fought him in bracket, And I'm like, this guy doesn't really grab much. I'm just gonna shield a fuck ton. And I like two stocked him every game. Except the last one. But that's just like he caught me with that and went at like 50 in the corner. So I just died. But yeah, do not be. I think the main thing here is do not be afraid of turtle. I think it also highlights the strengths of yours at Samus and how your characters struggle with yours at Samus. I think you need more. You need to accept the randomness of this neutral and like the delays he does, because he does a lot of random stuff. He abuses every tool in Cersei's Samus kit because he has to. And he does it very well. I think accepting that will be important and more willingness to like throw random shit out yourself. Um, I think might help out. It's hard for me to like go hella in depth just because he's playing at a level I myself cannot play, or like I can criticize it, but like not to a good degree. I'm not like Mars. Do. Okay, now this is the thought I want to talk about for like the top players. Because I understand Robin really well. I understand this matchup really well. My best like offline win is a guy named Booker, who played Bowser and DDD and has a win on Skittles.
All right, leave here.
Let's turn this down a little because they are loud. I'm okay with loud people, but I just don't want to hear it so much. And I like my voice being louder.
I'm excited because I've only heard, like you said,
So this matchup, I think it's actually even. I know, it's kind of crazy. I think it's pretty even because once I go off stage, it's pretty freaking hard. Like even if I don't die, I'm eating so much damage. Another thing people do not realize, and Booker did not realize, is if I arc fire your shield, you can still up P and shield it. Especially if it's like more on top of your shield. If it's on the side, it can be a bit awkward. But yeah, if I land an arc fire on top of your shield, you can still like up B. You can up B just fine. Forder will like bring my projectiles. And it has very good range. I still outrange him, of course, but it has a very good range. He's also faster than me. That's a really big part that people do not consider when they see this matchup. They're like, oh, Robin is so good in this matchup. And like, no, he breaks my projectiles. He lich traps and edge guards me like shit. Because I have a bad lich game, and I have a bad recovery, and he's faster than me. However, the plus side is I guess hit the tempo with like thunder. And if I land arc fire, I do a fuck ton of damage. And in general, I'm dealing about as much damage off the straight hits as he is.
the trajectory and the triumphantness of the triangle.
Now here, run off arc fire. Um, I think it's actually really nice because first of all, I'm talking about his Bowser's forwarder. Bowser's forwarder like comes out like at like frame 12 or whatever, but it doesn't come down in front to like frame 16 or whatever. Um, so and like once you have to jump, you have to like start falling. So if he does like a jump forwarder off of this platform, this arc fire will still most likely work. And also covers him just dropping down here. The only option doesn't really respect is him sliding off of here and doing a forwarder, but you still don't get hit for it.
Of all the Robins.
Okay, and you see this. And now, okay, so this is pretty much on the side. So you can up B out of shield this. I don't know if Rav knows this. A lot of people do not know this. But Bowser has a couple options here. You either wait, it's plus 15 on shield, but very rarely can you get a true grab or whatever. Most time you can roll. Now, this fire is in front of him, so you cannot roll towards Robin. Robin does not need a cover roll in. However, you can roll out, or you can keep holding shield. You can maybe jump, but a lot of times, and people's jump animations, one of their hands sticks out in front of them, and that usually gets caught by the fire.
Ever.
He thunders. Um, if you roll, it might hit you, and adds a little bit of extra shield stun, and makes it so they try jumping out of shield. They get punished. Now, he immediately whiffs that and goes, okay, he can't roll in yet, he can't dash in yet. The only aggressive option he can do right now is jump in. So I'm immediately going to dash back. And he does. He did a full drift and forward air, and he immediately dashed back. Already, this is very good gameplay. Now he whiffed the forward air. I don't think he realized. First of all, I think it's Bowser. He couldn't do a dash into jump. I don't think Leaf fully realized his airspeed. I don't think he fights Bowser's that often. Bowser's kind of rare. So I think he overestimated Bowser's airspeed, especially because he did not dash beforehand, because he couldn't.
Yeah, and if there's
And he like goes, okay, he whiffed the forwarder. Bowser's best options are in the air. So I'm just gonna swing my bronze forwarder.
any character that
And then he went for arc fire, gets
you
punished for it.
demonstrate your tech skill on, it's probably gonna be
Nice grab. A very nice grab. You see the shield, you go for a grab.
yeah.
He hits both parts of the nair.
But I mean, Rob starting off with the first bit of damage.
Nice
Though,
side
just
B. And
saying.
you're like, okay, Leaf is behind so far. How does he win this? But he fucking destroys his Bowser.
Straight for the ledge. Maybe I get one here.
A down air can hit through the platform. It's actually it just sadly auto canceled. He did it a bit too late.
I mean, you can't. You
But you can combo into like up air or forward smash potentially. At that percent, probably doesn't combo, but still does like 20%. Let's go back here.
just saying. Yeah, I love that. Going straight just for saying. The ledge.
But yeah, that is like the correct
Maybe
thing.
I get one here. Yeah. I mean, you can't. You
So
can't
you hit forward air,
Bowser,
you hit an air, and now there's two things. Okay, either they cannot swing a forward air here, because whatever aerial I throw out will just outrange it. Especially Nair. My Nair's bigger than Shulk Nair, so Bowser forward air ain't gonna beat it, you know? So they either jump in with a forward air, or they go to ledge. The safe thing is to go to ledge. What's a move that beats them going to ledge? What is it? It's Arc Fire. So now we have our ledge trap set up. And if they did jump, they could probably jump inside B. It's not like we die or whatever. They hit it.
Oh, he's slapping fire. He's like, bro, I was born in this stuff. Right. You merely you merely grew up here.
But nope. You weren't off stage for that long. So you lose your iframes. Whenever you did that, you should get up. You don't have very many iframes.
Oh, wow.
And now we have a sword.
On the regrab.
Nice down air. Ooh! Now we're getting that edge card now. And Bowser's just dead.
He tried to up B, but he accidentally Bowser bombed. Already just seeing how he...
We tried punishing that up tilt out of shield, but Bowser's broken and our out of shield options are bad. You can go for a nair, but you went for the fair because that's a way better combo starter in this situation. He gets punished out of shield. Nice drop down up air. Bowser cannot punish anything we do directly like below him. He has no out of shield options for that area.
Yeah, I feel like he just...
Nice. Watch this. It actually makes a lot of sense. This covers him jumping out of shield. It covers like a side B or a grab out of shield. It covers a lot. And if he rolls in, it doesn't really matter. You still have stage control. And if he rolls away, his roll's not good enough, and he can still potentially get caught by it. So you get up air. After this up air, let me check. So after this, I wish he honestly went for arc fire. Because look where Bowser's positioned right now. And right now, in a frame or two, Robin was gonna be actionable. An up air can combo into arc fire. And if he hits nothing, you can't hit the A button. If he hits the A button, he gets hit by arc fire. If he air dodges, even if he's able to air dodge the first part, he's so big like he will get caught by it. And like by like his hand area. And if he jumps away, he doesn't have a jump. But of course, he went for forwarder. Up air into forwarder might become true at higher percents, but not at 0, unfortunately. With that, we get with punish.
He threw it off the backboard, is what it looked like. Didn't even want it. Okay. Honestly,
now let's watch the schmicks he does.
So much better.
He doesn't do as much like mix-ups. like directly on shield by like moving around shit like Callie. He more like either just like delays it and then like he still like does the same mix ups in terms of like what option he hits. And because our the frame data is so different, it basically does a similar thing to what Callie does.
Then yeah, not scared of the moment. Watch he doesn't even.
By throwing an arc fire, you prevent him from going from for flame breath. Because the flames itself will break arc fire, but his big ass would get hit by it. And you're basically making sure you don't get hit by flame breath, because if you get hit by flame breath, it's a bad time.
Know who Leaf is, so he doesn't know to.
Both parts hit. Um, that makes it so you can't like up B out of shield you. A really good option. He can up B out of shield you after, of course, but
He's just playing his game. Oh!
Sword, he actually did an auto canceled up air. At least I think it's an accident. Um, because he wanted a combo starter. But it auto canceled. But even if it comes out for like a frame, the sword will break and interrupted the side B. Now I don't think he expected that, and he goes for a trap on shield. And here there's like mix ups. Does he go for the mix up or not? Yes or no? Mind games. Jaden animated. What is your favorite character to play? I'm assuming in Smash Bros. My favorite character to play is Robin. I think Robin is sick.
Oh, no way!
But that this interaction makes a lot of sense once you have that context that I gave.
Oh, run it back! No, that's definitely no respect. He does not care. He just runs back the side B. Bro thinks he's Nairo.
You jump above. You arc fire, because this will catch them like jumping to catch you. But he chases on the ground. Chasing on the ground is really effective against Robin.
Okay, and the tilt. Rob doing it up.
Nair, covering a lot of area for a long time. You get caught by it. Another jump caught out. You're probably gonna see less of these as they stop working.
He's not letting the lead stretch that far
Yeah, that was to cover the ground, but he landed in front of him.
here. And the lead.
Like, guess watch when he does it.
He's not letting the.
Like he's actually he's right here, but he committed at like 16 frames earlier because it doesn't come out to like frame 18. So let's see, slow down. We actually like see this perfectly. Playback speed. Watch this. Okay, this is the moment he commits to the arc fire. It's the moment he's seen side B. He presses side B, and whenever he presses side B here, he was on the ground. Um, like what he sees is Bowser on the ground here, so it covers the jump and it covers him like shooting for a little bit and like being on the ground, like potentially chasing him underneath him, because you'd like have to like run hella in. I mean, you have like forward air, of course. It's actually a pretty risky arc fire, but I just wanted to showcase that to y'all. Go back to normal play speed. Yeah, reaction time, especially with like such a laggy move, is awkward to talk about.
And the lead, you get a little bit because you have things like tough guy and you have things like
Nice.
being able to get to 200% because you're a big boy. But
Nice. Another classic ledge trap.
be enough. Leaf chops him at the ledge with.
Here, going on ledge is such genius. I mean, you're not worried about dying to flame breath at 0. And it's a really committal option to go for. They have iframes. He hasn't done it so far this set. Really good option. I really like it. And the other thing is you don't really have to worry about like shield mix-ups.
At 11. And he's so consistent with the two.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about this. He could have gotten more damage, a lot more damage, but I think this shows like just like how good Robin is. Not Robin, but Robin and Leaf. Watch. He tosses it, and then immediately catches it. It's a very once you hit someone's shield with it, it's actually like it can be pretty tough to recatch it just because of like how fast it travels. Um, and it disappears like in a short time after. So he recatches it with the book. He sees that it hits. He down throws. Now look, he does an F smash after, but he could probably not arc fire. But that was sick. And there you can like one spike him and he would be dead. He went for like a down air attempt, which is like what do basically the same thing.
Off the book, wrote the book on.
Arc Thunder covers everything but jump, so he has to use his jump, and he either jumps again or you use Thunder to cover him landing.
That was so cute.
That was genius. And then after the Thunder, dash attack can be a true combo.
He said, "Oh, you got the hit off the book." I saw that coming. Oh, this is momentum to another level. And up tilt. No, that shield is not.
That's genius. Another thing is because he can't like jump in that situation, like you can't jump on a shield, and you can't roll behind him. You could do another arc fire on his shield.
All right, you can't shield it.
Up air mix up mixes and makes it so you can't like consistently like parry him. He's just doing like a lot of shield mix ups. With like arc fire stuff, and then he does it with up air. And if you get hit by the up air, you die from a back air. You either die or you are close to dead, and you get edge guarded.
No, they should just change it to the turtle shield. He should just go in the shield. No, yeah, no,
Fire ends, and then he rolls out.
Nick, I don't
Nice
know
side
here
B.
part of me.
He's been playing very schmixy and rushing in and like hitting an option prevent schmix. Because usually schmix is delaying an option or doing a more committal option
Movement neutral
from the generally safe ones.
mobility.
So going in is usually like the counterplay for it.
Yeah. Can you really move past it? No, I think you.
Nice thunder. Combos into dash attack.
Yeah, you gotta go up B right here.
Unfortunate for the Bowser. But yeah, he's been like Leaf is playing so schmixy right now. Both of his projectiles and his sword on shield and like shield pressure is like the biggest thing in this matchup.
I think he might have
And
been
Leaf is just owning him in that department. Just complete ownage.
too low off the rip, but yeah, it looks like he wanted to hit the.
And like that's like the biggest reason that he won that game. Just like the degree of schmicks is crazy, and he's adapting his schmicks way faster than the Bowser player is. Like it took multiple interactions of this Bowser player losing to like finally find that side B.
Run back there.
I think game two he gets destroyed even harder.
Dude, I'm not. And most people don't. The option, incredible stuff.
Nasty.
I've actually.
The green skin, very good.
Maybe I don't watch enough Robin, but the option select from Leaf is on another level. Nah, we talked about how much Robin we had to watch, so yeah. Okay. A third one. Third.
His advantage chase crazy. One of the other crazy thing.
How much Robin we had to watch, so yeah.
Arc fire into arc fire into arc fire, and then you can do a jump arc fire here. Or what you can do is you can do an instant jump into a fast fall up air into back air or into another up air.
What?
Now he messes up. But up air into back air will have done more damage and put Bass in a worse position. So this is a slight optimization he can do.
Oh my god! Again! That might have.
Now he is throwing arc fire. So he wants to find a way to get rid of that arc fire tone as fast as possible. And this is a perfect opportunity to. He gets caught. And now you have Book.
That is a grandmaster.
And Books are really good at edge guarding and ledge trapping. It doesn't do anything in that situation, but it was really good. Like, look, he's already taking 74%. That's crazy. He gets it in the air to air. He has another up air on shield, and then he immediately goes for another option. Because you can't truly, Bowser can't like true punish that without a parry.
Yeah, for real.
Unfortunately, gets hit by the last part of up B, which did not expect it. Arc fire, if you dash in, you lose, and if you jump over it and you expect it immediately, then you can punish it. But like he can like jump in with a side B, but he doesn't.
That up B though, just to get the hit off. Back into neutral we go.
He just throws it. He charges it for a little bit extra time, not enough to like change a projectile, but enough to schmix it up. And then you're like, oh, he's falling. He's probably gonna attack me. And he goes, nah, I'm gonna throw my laggy projectile in your face. Yeah, he could have gotten that kill. Because look where he's positioned.
The electricity. I mean,
Here you can just do another arc fire. You can do a short hop arc fire, and then you can do the up smash, or you can do the full dash in, and then you can do the arc fire, and then you can up smash.
Rob's honestly gonna have to just jump over the projectiles. You saw.
But he thought you were to kill. That's the main reason he didn't do it.
He didn't commit to the punish. It actually had Leaf a little shook right there. He actually ended up taking a step back because he realized, oh snap, he's understanding how to.
We love kill confirms. Makes a lot of sense. Never passes underneath the platform, and it's really easy to shark him. Like hit past the platform and hit him, and you can't like directly punish it.
That looked like a step back.
Unless like you just straight up with.
From Kobe,
like on shield, you cannot punish it. He goes off stage as the Schmicks, and he is not good to ledge.
It's just like a little lack of confidence, which I understand because this is the situation you're put in.
That was actually so genius. I want to talk about this thing shit. So here, you call it a spot dodge. Spot dodge will protect you from a falling air, but instead, the Basher's not adapted. Leaf has done way more arc fires than like sword attacks. So he goes for the arc fire again, and look at this. This part, this whole thing, is what I like calling true. Now here, instead of this, you go for an up air into back air, or an up air into arc fire.
This is the situation you're put in. Off the drop of the Levin sword.
And he connects both hits, it like shreds his shield. So now this Bowser player has a very low shield, and you need a healthy shield. Arc Thunder is a really good tool here. You see him jump away. So it's like the perfect opportunity to get rid of this book, because like he can't back air you. Like a drifting back air will not hit you.
For the crowd. Robin 2026. This is what
He's low on resources
doing in bracket now.
For a Thunder.
Okay, nice. Waits it out.
He goes for another shield mix up.
Like that up B, but he's still gonna get grabbed for it.
And he edge guards him. Like this is such good gameplay.
Just make it easy, man.
Yeah. Now let's see how he handles the situation.
Give it to him for free.
You toss. He tosses because he knows he can re-grab it if it hits his shield. Because he can like just like approach and like do like up or whatever. It hits, and instead of like pushing his advantage shit, because it might be awkward. He instead goes for a wave bounce, neutral B, and then he sees the roll away and cancels it.
Okay. He doesn't have a lot of his
And here he was on the platform. Going the platform is fun here for the Bowser. But now you have this underneath you, so now you're either forced to stay on this platform or jump above it. And then he throws a book. And here, I think Leaf will probably cover the air. He'll do like a full hop forward air or something. But instead the book hits, so he does not have to commit to that. He went for another arc fire. As a mix up for shield, but he swings. I'm kind of shocked that honestly hit him. Like it makes sense if you look at it. But yeah, if that was you, just a Bowser player takes like 50 minimum.
Rid of the charge shot.
After this up there, you can go for an arc fire. He does not. He goes for nair.
Still, the Levin comes back just right when you think it's gone. It's back.
Okay, so now arc fire's on his shield. He's respecting the arc fire this time, but he's doing it in the worst way possible by like letting it hit his shield.
This is a bad spot to be in. I like that roll. Chop, nothing.
He needed to do that. He wanted that to hit the platform, and you can make it so like on the very peak of your full hop, you can make it hit this platform. And then I don't know if he loses resource. Okay, he didn't lose the resource because after that, then you can do arc fire into up smash, or arc fire into thunder, like thunder jump, thunder cancel with another jump into up air to like cheese it out.
Relentless.
But instead, he messes it up and goes for the next best thing, which is up tilt.
Yeah, is Leaf. Now a huge opportunity to juggle.
That combo is true.
The thunder into the back air, throwing an onslaught of projectiles, whether it's Tomes, books, or the sword itself.
He's been shooting a lot, so that grab makes a lot of sense after you see that he neutral get up. And another true combo. And that is the difference between the guy in pools and a top player though. Leaf noticed immediately that this guy like shielding his stuff. And even when he showed mix-ups, That's like his default. And so his Leaf's default was, hey, I'm gonna throw arc fires on your shield, and then as a mix-up, I'm gonna throw a sword attack at you. But even then, he mixed up which sword attack he threw, which is just immaculate gameplay. Immaculate. Amazing. Amazing. Like, that is just perfection right there. Um, Now, I told Shiro I was gonna VOD review his set today, but I honestly didn't think this VOD review was gonna take so long. It's 1 a.m. Shiro, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna do it when I wake up. I apologize. I'm gonna do it when I wake up. I want the VOD review to be good. Um, let's see. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. I hope everyone has a great day. I hope the people I VOD reviewed benefit from this. Especially Orange. It felt pretty awkward while reviewing it. Like I feel like there's like some stuff I definitely missed. So Orange, I still hope that VOD was helpful. It's just like such a high level of gameplay. And the thing is, I've watched this set twice before, in like the last 24 hours, because I really truly wanted to understand it better. And that's the reason like I understood a lot of this stuff. Like Leaf is just such a good player, and I'm not there yet. But yeah, everyone have an amazing day. I've progressed a lot from my VOD review though, especially combos and reading. Hell yeah.